Coach Deborah has a passion and purpose to assist young men, ages 15 to 24, to overcome obstacles and build their best lives. She wants to see every young man live out their potential. She has a master's degree in human services counseling, with a major in life coaching. More importantly, she is the mother of 3 boys, who are exceptional, educated, professional men. Coach Deborah believes it is better to train early, rather than need to fix later. She utilizes basic principles and God-led concepts. Sometimes the only thing a young man has is their credibility or their name. The actions they take are based on the decisions they make. Those decisions align with their choices and result in consequences. Coach Deborah can assist you if you are lost, floundering, or confused. Embrace the help and start building your best life today.
Good evening and welcome to Build Your Best Life. We're so excited to have you here today. Good evening, Sister Trotter. How are you doing? I'm sorry.
Good evening.
God, glad to have you on. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We are excited about our topic today, so come on in. Make sure that you like, share, comment anytime during the segment. If you have a comment that you want to share with us, put it in the chat. We'll try to display it. If you have a question, we want to hear from you. And also, I want to make sure that I am engaging with you and I know who is following. So make sure that you like my Build Your Best Life Facebook page, because if you're just friends with me on my private page, I won't see your comments on this page when I'm broadcasting, and you'll say, well, why didn't she call my name? I was on there because I didn't know you were there. So make sure you like this page, subscribe to my YouTube page as well. But we're excited about our topic today, which is birds of a feather. Birds of a feather. You know, I'm sure many of you have heard the adage in one variety or another because it's said a different way. Some people just say birds of a feather. Some people say birds of a feather will flock together. And then as I was researching, trying to find out, okay, where did this come from? I had forgotten the other piece, but it's actually birds of a feather flock together until the cat comes. Woo, what's the cat? Well, you know, we watched those when we used to watch those comics, and old Sylvester was always trying to catch Tweety Bird.
Yes.
So cats like birds. But you know, when you're out there with your friends or whatever, that cat can be the risky behaviors that your friends follow or whatever. So people will label you by the people that you associate with.
Yeah.
You know, oh, look at Catherine over there. You know, she's always with this one and that one. So we know that they just robbed the corner store. Well, you know, Catherine probably does that too because she hangs all the time.
That's it.
Yeah, Catherine might be home in her bed.
Right.
But because she hangs with them, she's gonna get labeled.
That's
and
it.
It's not always bad. Sometimes it's good, you know. So it's good to say, you know, well, she's always with those church people, and they're just so nice and quiet. And I know she's a sweetie at work, so I know that everybody that associates with her is nice too. Right. And it might be somebody like me, maybe they're not so nice.
That is not true.
Yeah.
You are.
But you have to watch those birds. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, those people that you associate with. And Catherine has been on here before, but I know many of you are new or you may not remember. So she's going to tell us about herself before we get started here.
Well, good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for allowing me to grace your platform. Once again, I am honored. Build Your Best Life is dear to my heart because Reverend Smith is dear to my heart. So anything that she's a part of, I am just honored also to be a part of it with her. My name is Catherine Trotter. I am married to Deacon Melvin Trotter, and we have two beautiful daughters. We have been married for over 20, this year will be 20 years. I'm getting ready to go over 20 years. This year will be 20 years. And it has been a wonderful, wonderful joy when God graced us. And I do say that sincerity, God graced us with a second chance. We didn't get it right the first time, but he graced us with a second chance, and we do not take it lightly. We are honored, and we strive every day to just live out our best life, being graced with that second chance to fulfill what God would have our marriage to be as a representative of the kingdom of God. And then, like I said, we have two beautiful daughters. I have a wonderful son in love. And recently, I am a nana to my beautiful granddaughter, Ariana. And I dare not forget, because he is here in my house and he will say, God, Mama, you did not say my name. I have a wonderful godson, Kason, who is 6, and I love him dearly. So yes, that is my family dynamics. And I know my sisters is on. I know my brother is on. They're supporting me. I have a wonderful family. So to God be the glory. Yes.
Awesome. And yes, I love her family. We get to see them here in Jacksonville. It's not often, but sometimes. And so, they are a very sweet and close-knit family. Yes.
We are. Yes. That's one thing I can say. My mother raised us to be close-knit. And, we all have our differences, but, when we're together, we love on one another, support one another, lift one another up, just do what, families are supposed to do for one another. Don't always have to agree, but we do always cover one another in prayer. And I think that's the most important thing, that we build that foundation for one another in prayer.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So Carolyn is saying a shout out to Ariana and Kason. And Kason, in case you can hear Elder Smith. Hey, Kason.
Yes.
Kason comes to children's church, and he's
he does. He loves children's church. Yes.
Yes. So good evening. Thank you all for tuning in. I see Yvonne Whitfield, Carolyn Cuffey, Agnes Copeland, Cynthia Ferguson, Mother Peacock.
That's my mommy.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. So we are going to get started here. So, I mentioned already about those birds and those cats and how they can how those cats love birds. And so in the same way, we have to be careful with our associates. This month is all about reaching out and being careful about those people that we have in our circles. And we want to let our young men know that it's important not only for them to be respectful and to follow basic principles and what their parents teach them, but it's also very essential to watch who they have in their space.
Yes.
So, Catherine, it is said that people associate with others who have like similar characteristic traits. So do you agree that if there are 1 or 2 bad apples in the group, the whole group of friends is terrible?
I do not. And I say that because, we can associate with people that may have bad traits, but does that make everybody in the group bad? I do not say that. But will they, like you stated earlier, will they try to say that because this group is known for doing that, will they put that label on Catherine also because she hangs with that group? I do believe they will do that. And I may be innocent. I might not be the part of the group that likes to hang out and not do their homework or turn in their homework, may not be the part of the group that don't like to study. I might not be the person in the group that don't listen to what their parents are saying. You know, I'm not the person that doesn't honor their parents. I'm not the person that talks back. I am not the part of the group that would, you know, get in trouble. But because I am associated with that, when the group is being, you know, labeled, or when the group is being called out, you know, they look at me and say, she was part of them. She was also there. Bring her in also. So I'm innocent, but you know, if the whole group is in the store and the police officer walks up and say, you know, hey, I saw you guys stealing, they're going to take everybody. And I could have nothing in my pocketbook or in my pockets, but because I was associated with them, I was hanging out with them, we're all going to court, or we're all going to jail, or whatever the case may be. So is the whole group corrupted? No. But am I hanging around the wrong group? Yes. And do I need to look at those that I am hanging around with? Again, yes. And, you know, it's not only for our young men, it's for us as well as adults. Yes. There comes a time in our life when we have to take a look and say, you know, oh, they were my childhood friends, you know, and I want to keep holding on to them. And, you know, I don't want to let go yet because they were my childhood friends. But if your childhood friend is not going the place that you are going, if your childhood friend is not striving to live the life that you are now trying to live, if your childhood friend is not honoring the things that you are now trying to honor, they're still trying to be your childhood friend, then it's time to look at them and say, hey, I am not trying to be associated with this anymore. This was fun when we were childhood friends. This was fun when we was going through our college days, but now I'm a mother. I'm a mother of two girls. I'm not trying to hang out in the street all night. I'm trying to get up and go to work in the morning. I'm a wife. I'm not trying to be associated as, you know, someone looking as a single lady now, someone looking to be walked up and say, hey, baby, what can I get your number? No, I got a husband at home. You can't get my number.
All right now.
You know? I'm not trying to be that way anymore. So I need to disassociate myself with people like that. Not saying that I'm not going to call and check on you. Not saying that maybe we can't go out to the movies, or we can't even catch up with one another. If you need me, yes, you can call me. I'm going to pray for you. I'll be there in your time of need. Or, you know, we can encourage one another. But if you're not honoring the things that I need to honor at this point in my life, then I need to pull back. As my mother would say, I need to feed you with a long-handled spoon, because I can't have you in my inner circle. That inner circle of who I bring into that inner circle is very important. I'm 56 years old. It's very important who I allow in my inner circle at this point in my life.
Amen. That is so true. I agree with that. And Carolyn says, sadly, everyone is judged by the people with the strongest personalities. Yeah, that's good.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that's my oldest sister. So thank you. That is true. And that is sad. It is sad.
Good evening to Bishop. I see Bishop is on here. First Lady Lightner, and I thought I saw someone else. Deacon Holmes. Thank you for tuning in as well. And you know that's just so sad. And you know, as you were stating that, I mean, it was just crystal clear. So that's why, you know, I encourage you all. I know this is probably something that the young people may not want to get on and listen to, but this is the type of information they need to hear. Because when, you know, the parents or grandparents, teachers even may say to them, well, you know, you are a very mannerable, respectful young man. I can see so much in your future. You know, but I've noticed you kind of change your crowd a little bit. You know, have you ever stopped to think about what you're doing? Because just like Catherine was saying, you know, if you're innocent, you just as friendly and innocent as you were when you were in 6th grade. You try to do your schoolwork. You're respectful to elders. But they say, hey, man, we just going around the block, got a new whip. Don't you want to ride? You get in there. The police stop you. They got a gun in there. They got a little drugs in there. They not gonna say, "Oh yeah, you look like you innocent." They gonna take you all down.
Everybody going down.
Everybody.
And everybody. And another twist on that, and I'm not going to share too much, but Tiffany came home. That's my oldest daughter. And she used to teach school at a high school level. She's now teaching as a professor. And she came home and she said, "Mom, did you hear about the accident on Interstate 10?" I was like, "I kind of remember that." And it was two young high school teenagers. They were in a car, and the passenger got killed, but the driver survived. And the police went to the house and they knocked on the door of the passenger, and they said, "We got some bad news for you." And they was telling him, "Your son got," he was like, "No, my son's in the bedroom." And he went in the bedroom, and the son had snuck out the house and got in the car with the young man that was going downtown who got turned 16 to get his license. And the teacher at the school prayed for the driver that was going. She said, "You don't need to leave school right now." Something in her spirit kept saying, "You don't need to leave right now." And she said, "I need to pray for you." And she prayed for him.
Wow.
You just never know. So I know, young people, I know you get up here and you say, "But you guys live your life. You did your things." Yes, there were some things that I got caught up in a younger age that I can look back and say, "You know what? I should not have made it out of that." I can look back and say that, "You know what? It was nothing but God's grace or probably my mother's prayers that covered me, allowed me to get home, allowed me to wake up the next day and see the light of day, just allow me to say, you know what, this girl is crazy, but life has been spoken over her, and I'm going to allow her to make it through this." So, everything doesn't have to come by experience. Everything shouldn't have to be a life lesson learned. Some things, you can just hear someone say, "You know what, don't do that." And because Sister Catherine or Reverend Smith or whoever else say, "You know what, let's not just do that," and hear the sincerity in our hearts and our words when we say, "Don't take that chance, don't do that," that should sometimes can be enough without having to go through the hard lesson of, "You know what, I should have just listened." Right. I should have just listened. Yeah.
Good conversation. Good stuff. Good stuff. We're talking about birds of a feather in case you just joined us. And this is so, what can I say? Because I know we start doing it when we're young, and like Catherine said, as we get older, we can make mistakes. Other people can make mistakes. And so it's the same situation. So it's not just for young people now, it's for old people too. Because I know I got at a point in my life, I used to go to little dances and have fun or whatever. And the last time I went, I didn't want to go. I just did not want to go. But it was an organization. They were having like a dinner and a dance. I didn't want to go. And the whole time I was there, I was like this. I could not keep still. I finally called my oldest son and say, "Hey, is your brother asleep?" "No, he got on his PJs." I say, "Put him in the car. Come and get me."
Right.
You have to listen to those voices sometimes.
Correct.
Let's see what Karen said. First Lady, I'm sorry. Some young people feel that they are invincible. Yes. Parents, cover your children in prayer. So much is happening, and that is so true. Just like the incident yesterday. Oh my goodness, you send your kids off to school and you're expecting them to come home the same way they left. So we have to pray each and every day. And I don't care if your child is 2 or 82. Pray for your children. Cover them.
Yes.
Cover them.
Yes.
Thank you. So, I know that you are professional, and knowing you over these years, I know you are kind. You're always positive. To me, you have outstanding characteristics. I know Mother Peacock is so proud of you. And I have seen you treat everyone equally. I don't care how they act and what they're doing. You treat everybody the same. So
I try hard. Some days I mess up, but I come back, I try.
All right. Well, being transparent, can you Can you now flock with all types, or do you tactfully remove yourself from toxic people? How do you handle it?
I can be around all types. And I think that came from more so professionally. It opened the door for me. When I first started in my professional career, I was the only one of color that sat in the attorney's office as a paralegal. And then I became the only one of color that sat at the table as the legal manager. And when I moved from Norfolk, Virginia to Jacksonville, Florida, and I walked into my position here, the same atmosphere was the same way here. So I encountered a lot of different things. Now, in my home life, of course, I'm an introvert. So, I'm kind of, my family is my people, so I kind of, but God had to put me in a different circle to kind of draw me out, to let me understand that I had a voice, that me being quiet was not going to be acceptable, that he had a job for me not only to do in the professional arena, but also this voice was to be heard in the church as well. So it was through him putting me out there professionally that, you can't remain quiet. These people need to hear your voice and be acceptable. That also, kind of drew me out in the church world as well. So I do know how to walk with all people. I do know how to carry on a conversation with all people. And I do know how to tactfully walk away. I do know how to tactfully say, you know what, we're going to table this and we'll come back to it. That's my favorite. That's my favorite right there. We're going to table. You see that smile on my face? We're going to table this and we're going to come back to it. That's my answer right there. And you know what? And even when I'm with people and you know what, they're going their own way, I can say, you know what? Go do you. Mm-hmm. Go do you. It's okay. You know what? Because at the end of the day, my job is not to change anyone. My job, hopefully, is to influence you that you see the God in me and you change. Yes. But I cannot beat you down and be like, oh, you need to stop doing this and you need to stop doing this and you need to. I think there was a period where we went through that. And I know as a young person growing up, I went through that. How about that? I went through that. As a young person growing up, I went through all the, you need to stop, you need to change, you need to do this. Mm-hmm. And it kind of made me want to step back away from Christ. It wasn't until I got older that I realized that my relationship with Christ was my relationship with Christ. And it wasn't people telling me that I need to stop. It was people living out Christ in front of me, making me realize that, you know what? I need to not do this because I want to honor him in the way I carry myself. I need to not do this because I want to honor him in the way that I say things. I need to not do this because I want to honor him with the things that I say, with the way that I look, with the way that I present myself.
Awesome.
Pull yourself away. It can be done. And you can still remain friends.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And thank y'all for the comments. Let's see.
Yes, diversity is good. You need to open yourself up.
Yes.
And be around diverse people. That's the only way we're going to grow. That's the only way we're going to learn. Because you know what? I've learned about so many different cultures. I've learned why certain people may do certain things. And it's nothing wrong with that. I know now why, people do things, some of the things that they do. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's why. You know what? So as a manager, as a director, I know as a mentor, I know now how to deal with that person. Mm-hmm. God has blessed me.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I can be a better person for the kingdom. I can be a better director for my management team. I can be a better wife. I can be a better mother, a better daughter.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yep. And your sis say you are professionally gifted. All right. I love it. Alicia says yes. And what does mommy say?
Yes.
We must remember that we represent Christ. Amen.
Amen. Yes.
Yes. That is so true. I think if more people remembered that, we would be a whole better people.
Yes. Because I think sometimes, you know what? You never know what's that button that people, so many people are living on the edge right now. Like me and you was talking about our busy day. You know, I feel like I haven't slowed down since like 3 weeks. And I feel like I'm just running. I got 2 busy weeks ahead of me. And you never know what it is, that word you may say, or how you may say something that may push that person over the edge. And all they need is that I just need to hear that one more word, or somebody just look at me the wrong, and I'm just going to fly off the handle, or I'm just going to do, you know, whatever it is that I'm going to do. So we just need to stop ourselves sometime and just be like, okay, they messed up on my order. Don't tear the waitress down. She's a waitress. She had to deal with probably 50 more people like you before you got your order. So let's woosah. That's my favorite thing. Woosah. It's okay. You know, the person in front of you got the gas pump first. It's okay. Let them have the parking spot. Let them have the gas pump first. Life is not going to end. It's okay. So you know, I tell my children that. And sometimes we have to remind our young people that. That's because everybody wants everything now. Well, everything is not given to us now. Everything is not an instance. So it's okay sometimes to step back and say, you know what, you go first.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you can have it. I can wait. Patience. Everybody say it together. Patience.
Right.
It's okay to practice patience. Birds of the feather. Sometimes let's tell these birds patience. Everybody needs some patience. Yeah, let's stay here and get settled out.
Yeah, you're so right. Because I remember a day and time, you know, you standing in line waiting on somebody, they're not paying attention, and they just, you know, they don't know it's a line, so they may be coming from a different direction. They just walk in front of you and get waiting. You're like, hey, wait a minute, I was next. But now it's like, okay. You know, several people, you might say, well, excuse me, but the line is back there. But you don't I don't anymore. Just go off like that, because I do it one time, I just lost it. But, you know, you grow and you learn.
You grow and you learn, and you just, honey, people they pulling out guns nowadays. Look, I don't need a Bath and Body Works candle that bad. No, baby, you go first.
Yes, it's so funny you say that during the holidays, because I don't go out. I do everything online, but I had to go out. I was looking for something for one of my grandbabies, and I went to Orange Park Mall. So I said, "Oh yeah, I need some more of the little car air fresheners." So I go in there, and it was such a line. So we're in line, and the line's just swinging around, and so I'm standing in line, just patient, just standing. And this lady, she's about 6 people ahead of me. Well, this other lady, she run in the store shopping, and then she comes, and then she go and she sent her daughter, like she talking to her, like she's talking to this. No, her daughter was in line. She sent this other lady up there like she was going to be just having a conversation. Next thing you know, she gives her basket, and she looked at me, and I looked at her, and we just looking at each other. But I ain't saying anything. I just looked at her. Smile, like you're wrong, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Right.
Yep. All right. Good evening, Dan. Thank you for tuning in, and we had some comments. Let's see.
Okay.
Virginia, hi.
That's my second mommy. Hi, mommy, Virginia.
All right. You are all those things. That's right. It's the God in you. So proud of you.
Thank you.
I told you was sleepy. And that we don't see. It's all good.
And you know what? Like anything else, this is not overnight. I said there are still days that we don't get it right. So, we don't tear down our young people. We understand that there's days that you guys mess up. We understand that there's days, you set forth with we wake up every morning like, oh, today's going to be a good day. Today, I'm not going to let the enemy get to me, positive thinking, positive talking. And then the next thing, you run into that one person and you just go, whatever, or you get that one teacher and they done mess you all up and now you don't want to do nothing. You don't want to listen to nobody. I ain't doing no classwork. Your whole attitude. I understand it. Been there, done that. But, like I tell people, I tell my mentees, you got to shake it off. You can't waddle in there. You can have your moment, and that's what it is. You can have your minute, but that's what it is. It does not affect your whole day. It does not affect, the rest of the things that you have to do. Have it, scream, yell, whatever, get up and continue on.
Yep, move it on.
Got to move on.
Yes. Yeah, I agree, Cynthia. You say sometimes.
Yes, that's
language.
That is true.
So much, yes. All right. Well, there's a quote I found by Jim Rohn that states you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Wow, the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with.
Okay.
So when you take a deep dive into yourself, do you see the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with? Do you see them in how you are?
I do. And the most that stands out to me, like I said, I would be married to my husband this year, will be 20 years. And for those that know Deacon Melvin, he's so laid back. And, it's like this man, if you're talking sports, you like right there with him. I mean, sports, anything, it's right there with him. But, Deacon Melvin or Trotter, some people call him by his last, most people call him by his last name, Trotter. He just calm. He's just calm about everything. He'd be like, babe, don't worry about it, babe. We're going to be all right. Or, it's going to be all right. Or whatever the case may be. I've learned it's going to be all right from Melvin Trotter.
Okay.
So that whole calm that I've been patiently trying to incorporate in me, I've learned it from Melvin Trotter. Because when I say don't nothing get a rise, get under his feathers and ruffle his feathers or whatever, it is him. I have learned in 20 years that, it's going to be all right. And when he says it's going to be all right, I've learned to say, it's going to be all right. When the Bible tells us to cast our cares on him, all that I thought I could handle, casting on him, pray on it, turn over, go to sleep. It's going to be all right. And that's what I have learned. So when I look at my 5 people, then I look at, of course, my mommy, who is my prayer warrior. My life is built on prayer. I have taken not only the word of God, but I've taken it and applied it to my life, because just reading it and not putting it into action, it's not going to do us any good. Faith without works is dead. So right. You not only got to read this word, but you got to put it into action, everybody. So, of course, and then my siblings, I'm not going to name one because, I have 2 sisters who deals with illnesses on a everyday basis, who do not allow their sickness to have them. They may have their sickness, they may have their disease, but the disease does not have them. So they get up every day and they fight through it. They get up every day and they carry on. I mean, Minister Carolyn Cuffley was just up here with you, and you would not know that a couple of years ago, she was ready to give up on life. My baby sister has sickle cell. She fights through sickle cell every day. But you would not know it. I mean, so my sisters, my brother, Bishop Leitner, who is he's the family bishop. How can we not be encouraged by the family bishop? When you have that warrior, he gets up and he just encourages us with the word, and he tells us to push through it, and we can do it, and we're going to win. And that's the way he is all the time. We look at their marriage, him and First Lady Karen, and we look at their marriage, and they love on one another, encourage one another, and happy all the time. I mean, when I say happy all the time, happy all the time. So these are the people that I surround myself with. And then I have my church family. So when I say that, and I have my daughters, when I say that I am particular about who I hang around, I am particular about who I bring into my inner circle. I am, because life is not promised. Life is short. And I want to make sure my prayer every day is, God bless my latter days to be better than my former days. And my prayer is that let my temple be a representative of the kingdom, that I'm pushing the kingdom forth and I'm not doing anything to hinder anybody. So I'm careful about what I do in these latter days. My hands are open to be a blessing and open to be blessed. That's what Catherine Trotter's rocking and rolling with nowadays. So
Hey.
I'm inviting everyone to get on, but you don't have to. But I want to remind now, look here, young people. I didn't get here overnight. This is a process, and that's the most important thing. If you take anything away from anything I say, understand that this is a process.
Yes.
This doesn't happen overnight. That's when I want you guys to get. So again, we go back to that circle. You look at your circle. Are you trying to go somewhere? Are you trying to do something with your life? What are you going? What is your plans? I mean, look, if we're in high school, we just trying to get out of high school. Okay, I can rock with you with that. I'm just trying to get out of high school too. But then again, are you just trying to get out of high school? Or are you trying to get out of high school and go to college? Oh, I need to switch over here to this group because I'm trying to get out of high school and go to college.
Yeah.
So look at the group and see where the group is going. Now, I ain't trying to forget about the people over here, but I need to change the circle.
That's right.
That's it.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, positive people. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And like y'all, you said, it is a process, and we want young people to know that. That's why I'm teaching basic principles that will teach you how to overcome and build your best life.
Build your best life.
I don't know about anybody on here. I can't speak for anybody but Deborah, but I know I have made mistakes. I know I've done some things that make you just shake your head. No, she didn't.
Right.
But God,
But God. Now, if I could have talked to the 56-year-old Catherine to the 20-something-year-old Catherine, there's some things I would have done differently. But the 20-something-year-old Catherine helped the 56-year-old Catherine understand that, you know what? It's only by God's grace. I am humble. I am honored that God still chooses to use me, even with all the mess ups, even with all the mistakes. So, to God be the glory. At the end of the day, it's for his glory. So at the end of the day, I will share this testimony with anybody. Catherine Trotter is not perfect. Catherine Trotter has made her share of mistakes. And even today, like I said, I woke up, had this whole positive thing going on. And, you let the wrong person rub you. But I had my moment. I shook it off. And I went back to being positive. That's all I can do.
Yes. And it's all my theme for this year is it's all about reach. It's all about reach.
Yes.
So that's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to beat you down or say, oh, woe is you, y'all just horrible. No, we know that when God has a purpose for your life,
yes,
he has something for you to do, the devil doesn't like it. So he's going to attack you from every side.
Every side.
Well, we want you to know.
Right.
You got to be particular about loving yourself first. You need to love yourself first, but then be particular about those people that you allow around you. And like, Sister Trotter has said throughout, that doesn't mean that you just forget about them. If that was your friend, you can still pray with them, call them up, have lunch with them, but you don't have to hang with them 24/7.
Correct.
You have to be with those people that are going to help you. They'll go in the same direction that you're trying to go in. I think Sister Trotter said it a little differently, but you want people going the same way you're trying to go. You're trying to soar. You don't need no clothes on your back.
No, you don't. That's it. That's it. You have enough strength just to get you to where you're trying to go. And I like Sister Whitfield is saying here, hot tempers cause arguments, but patience brings peace. And that is so true. And that's in Proverbs 15:18. That is so true.
Yeah.
And then, the blessings have, parents, we go back to our parents, continue to pray for your children, continue to speak life over them, continue to encourage them and lift them up. That's all as we as parents are required to do for our children. And then, children, if, your parents are not doing that, you find that teacher, you find that mentor, You find that person that's encouraging you and you hold on to that person, because in your time of trouble, you're going to need that one that says, you know what? You got this. You can do this. It's okay. We're in there with you together. And that will be your encourager. I know for me, there's been things that has been spoken over my life. I've seen to come past, and I know there's things yet God is still working out for me, preparing me for, because he can't give it all to me at one time, because I might not be in a place that where I appreciate it, or in a place where he knows I'm ready to handle it.
That's right.
So he's working on me, preparing me for it. And the same thing goes with young people. He doesn't give it all to us at one time, because if he did that, it will put us in a place where, you know what? She's not ready to handle that, or he's not ready to handle that. So he grows us, he matures us, and then he gives us that promise. He gives us that gift. It's a gift.
Yes.
It's a gift. That's all it is a gift. But he wants, as a parent, I can't give Ariana, who's my 9-month-old baby, a PlayStation or that Coach pocketbook. She's going to put it in her mouth and chew on it. That's what Ariana wants. She wants a chew toy. So giving her a Coach pocketbook or a Louis Vuitton is going in her mouth, and she's going to chew on it at 9 months. But as she gets older, she becomes to appreciate things like that.
That's right.
Same thing with God. He knows when we get older, when we grow, when we become to appreciate the things that he has for us. So allow ourselves time to mature, and God will give the gifts that has been promised over us.
Yes. And parents and those of you who are educators and leaders, we know we have to reach out to them. We got to at least meet them halfway. So we don't sit back and talk about them and say, oh, look at them. No. Yeah, look at them, and I'm going over here and try to help them.
Yes.
Reach out.
Yes. Don't be intimidated.
Yes.
And don't go pointing fingers. Don't go with it, tear down, pull your pants up, do this, go get a haircut or whatever the case may be, just go there and say, you know what, young man, I like your smile. You know what? Oh, look at that. What does that mean? Or, what made you get that one? Or, did that hurt? That's always my favorite thing. That looked like that hurt. Did that hurt? I told Deke, I said, we're going to get tattoos. I said, you're going to get I love Catherine Trotter and all this stuff. I said, and I'm going to get
yeah, hurt.
Anything to open the door. And once the door open, God will do the rest. He just wants you to show that you're willing to be the gateway for the door to be open.
That's right. Awesome.
Yeah.
We are talking about birds of a feather flocking together. And then when you think about it, you say, okay, so people that seem like they're like me, yeah. So you want to kind of hang around people that you think are like you, they may not be.
Correct.
So just because you're in the same organization, you're both on a football team, you've known them since they were 3 years old, that doesn't mean that they're going to have to be like this. Right. Because we have different types of people in our lives. We got the social people that we only see at work or in these organizations. And then we have friends that we see occasionally. Then we have the close friends. Then we have a ride or die friends, that you'll give a kidney to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you have those people around you, you want to look like, so hopefully you have these same things, but okay, these people that I'm hanging with, are their values the same as mine? Do they have self-worth? Do they respect themselves? Are they trustworthy? Now you got to ask yourself the same things now, because friendship, I tell everybody, friendship is a two-way street. It's not a one-way.
It is. Correct.
So what you are expecting of others, you should be that.
Correct.
But what kind of things do these people have? What are you associating yourself with? So my question is, there are different types, levels of friendship. So how important is it to evaluate a person's character as you build on your friendship with them?
It's very important. and again, I go back to what might be something that you build your friendship on today might not be the same thing that you build your friendship on a year from now with that person. Mm-hmm. So today I might just need, let's say, a study buddy. You know, I'm having a struggle in algebra, and the same thing is going on with Carolyn. I'm gonna use my sister. You know, she's struggling with algebra. We reach out, we exchange numbers. You know, we're gonna meet up. We're gonna, get on Zoom together, and we're struggling. And we're gonna help one another. We're gonna bring someone else in that's gonna help us overcome this struggle that we're going on, and that's great. Now we both has passed, and I come to find out not only does Carolyn like to, she's struggling in algebra, which is our connector, but Carolyn likes to go to the store and pick up things when she ain't got no money. Now she's like, Catherine, on the weekend, come with me and go to the store. I'm like, okay, hey, I'm gonna hang out with you at the mall. We buddies, And I go to the mall with her, and I start seeing Carolyn going to the mall, but Carolyn ain't got no money, but Carolyn coming back with, stuff. I'm like, come on in the dressing room. We're going to do this, we walking out. So now this friendship has taken on a different angle. So no longer is Carolyn just my algebra person that I was having school problems with. She's now decided to bring me into a whole nother area that she does. So now I need to reevaluate this friendship that we had started to develop on something that was common with one another, which was our schoolwork. And those are the things that I, as the person, need to find out. You know what? Okay, I can still maybe do Zoom. We can still work together on this algebra, but we can't hang out. We can't go to the mall because what you're doing at the mall is not something I want to do at the mall. Or, I can't go with you in the car, or I can't hang out with you, on the street corner, because what you're doing there is not something I want to do. So what was once a common thing and where we shared like characteristics, we no longer share that. Or even I might even have to say, you know what? I need to find me another person to do my algebra work with. It's okay to say, you know what, this person no longer fits me, because at the end of the day, I have to protect me. So it's okay to say, you know what, I no longer want to be a bird of a feather. And I can go to Carolyn and be honest with them. I think one of the things that we have done to our young people is have enabled them to have an honest conversation with people and really allow them to express how they feel about. You know what? It's okay to say to Carolyn, I don't like what you're doing here, so I don't want to hang out with you and do algebra work with anymore. But, and it's okay.
All right.
And you not be upset with me, because at least I've been honest with you. I've created a safe place and I've been honest with you. And I think that's something we need to have, those honest conversation with our young people, teach them how to have honest conversation with others, and teach them even how to have honest conversation with us as parents.
That's right. Yes, that's good. So many times we are afraid as single parents, as two-party parents, to have those crucial conversations, and those are important. So that is like one of the reasons why I'm just so adamant about, getting this word out, because some of this stuff I call basic principles. Right. And if they're not teaching this in school, correct. So if you don't teach your children, how do you expect them to get this? Right. Something, and I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and we were saying, we were at a certain age before we really found out how the reproduction phase plan, how the stages work. Because we wasn't told that. You just better not do this.
Right. Gotcha.
Don't bring no babies here, but nobody
Gotcha.
sat down and
Okay.
explained to you how your body worked.
Gotcha.
Your girls need that crucial information. That's crucial.
It is.
Young men, they need to know certain things you don't do.
Mm-hmm.
If you do certain things, you need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta have those conversations.
Right.
If you're a single mom and you're not brave enough to have them, like I had them with them, I just told them like it was.
Right.
But not, you don't feel comfortable doing that. Maybe you have a brother or your uncle or someone, your dad, that's close enough to have that conversation with them. But the time out is for telling kids, going around the bush to telling them something. You got to tell them straight.
Correct.
That's the
you have to.
You're working with. You got to be straight with them.
You got to. And crucial conversations about anything now. Money. Saving money, spending money. Crucial conversations about work habits and going to work and values. Yes, just crucial conversations. Driving down the highway. So many kids are getting in an accident. Because I know they see us behind looking at cell phones. How can we tell our children to don't text and drive, and we get in the car and we're texting and driving, and we're looking at our cell phone? Put the phone down. If you want your young people to put the phone down, then we as parents got to put the phone down. So we got to lead by examples. If we want our young people to be saving money, look, I take this much money out of my paycheck every month and I put it in my savings account. Look at my savings account. This is what I have. If you want them to see you paying tithes to the church, look, this is my tithe. This is the envelope. I write out. You see this line right here? It says tithe. This is what I do. Every time I get paid, this is my tithe. Here, you see me walking around, I put it. So, we don't hide these things, If you don't want your children, your daughter to be in an abusive relationship, tell them about the time you was in the abusive relationship and the signs you saw. Don't hide it from them. Tell them about it. Tell them about the guy you went out to and, he kept pulling on your arm or, texting you. Where you at? What you doing? Where you at? I called you. Tell them about the signs. So your daughter know that these men are out there that, they come off all sweet, but they're really, just ready to, bounce on you. They want to hang on you. They want to seem like, they're all innocent, but they're really, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but, they controllers. They are controllers, and they take that control to a whole nother level. And we have been in relationships like that where they want to control us. So we need to tell our daughters about people like this.
Yes.
But if we don't have those conversations, why wait until they get in a relationship like that and they wind up in a bad situation trying to get out when we could have told them about the signs because we were in something like that?
Yes, that's good. That's good. And I know we're not kind of like talking about this, but it's not our topic, but this is so good because, as you were saying that, and, there are a lot, when you're talking about controlling, there are a lot of men who will say, oh, you don't have to work. I make enough to take care of both of us. And that's fine if that's what you want to do. But remember,
right?
You don't have a job. All the money belongs to them. Everything is in their name. Then what? You got to do what they say, when they say, how they say it.
Now, that's a whole nother topic.
Yo.
A whole nother good topic, but that's a whole nother topic. Probably not a topic for somebody like me and you who've been working since we was like, I don't know how long I've been working. But I started off working, but yeah.
So
I can't be on that platform.
Talk to your daughters and your sons. See, too many people want to shelter their children. It's crucial to be upfront and honest about life situations. Yes, it is.
It is.
Very much so.
Yes.
Yes, and those crucial conversations with those young men. Now, y'all remember second Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got to get these young men on there.
Yes. And then you know what? If we can't get them to look at something like this, play it while they're in the car with you. Where they're going. They can't get out when you're driving down the highway going 70 miles an hour. Hey, did you listen to this? Did you hear her say, you got to choose the right kind of people going where you're trying to go, and stuff like that. Have these conversations with them when they're in the car. Have these conversations with them when, they're laughing and joking and, hanging out with you. And just, by the way, so-and-so, what is he trying to do with his life? Because I don't see him doing much. And you've been hanging around him a lot lately. What is he trying? What is he trying to do? Where is he going? Ask him some questions. And if he can't answer them, then you need to tell him. If you can't answer them, then you need to look at keeping him around as close as you are keeping him around. Because, as a friend, you need to be making sure he's trying to do the same thing you're trying to do. Because as for me, being your parent, this is what I have planned. This is what I've been telling you. This is what you got, right, to be doing. So yeah, make sure you're talking to them like that. And it's all out of love. It's all out of, wanting the best life for your children and, helping them to achieve. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Mother Peacock. Yes. Good topic. Mm-hmm. You gotta have somebody give. That's one for you and I, Cynthia, to get the girls and the guys on there together. All right. First Lady Lightner says parents have to create a safe place for children to talk about what's on there or even what they're feeling.
Yeah.
It might be on their minds or they might be feeling a certain way. Let the children talk. Talk, and parents listen. Every time they say something, well, see, when I was listen. Right. This will help the children to open up and talk without feeling judged. Oh, that's so good. Thank you so much. So good.
That is good.
Yes. Yep. Thank you all for all your comments. Yes. All right. This has been so great, so great, so great. So as we prepare to close, please provide your closing thoughts on the value of young men carefully choosing the individuals that they spend time with as they strive to build their best lives.
Oh my goodness. So again, first of all, thank you for allowing me to be up here. And again, I want to say to my young men, just choose carefully. You're going to get there. Every dream that you have, if you choose carefully, the people that you allow into your circle, the people that you allow into your life, if you choose those people carefully, if you choose those people with the same values, to choose those people with the same characteristics as yourself, then, they will help you achieve the things that you are trying to achieve. But if you don't do that, then you're setting yourself up to take longer to get to where you're trying to get to. I think about, college, college should be, 4 years, maybe 6, depending on the major, what you're trying to do. But it can be longer if you don't go there, buckle down and do what you want to do. If you go there thinking that college is all about, playing and having fun and hanging out that freshman year. Oh, it's my freshman year. I'm going to play and I'm going to have fun and I'm going to do all the things that, I ain't with my mama, my parents no more. So I'm just going to have fun.
Yeah.
That's a wasted year. So you have all your fun with all those other freshmen, but that's a wasted year. So now something that should have took you 4 years is now might take you 5 years. It may take you 6 or 7 years. So choose carefully what it is that you want to do. Make a plan, write it down. Now, sometimes things may throw you hiccups. There may be something that gets you off the path. That's okay. As long as you go back to it and say, you know what? I got thrown off the course. This was the plan. Let me get back on course. Like I said, you have that moment, but it's only a moment. And no one knows how long a moment is. No one says a minute has to be 60 seconds.
Yeah.
A minute can be whatever that minute is for you. Your minute can be 60 seconds. It can be an hour. It can be a week. It can be 24 hours. No one says to put a time frame on it as we know it. Just know it, whatever it is, don't allow it to be forever. Don't allow it to be a lifetime.
That's right.
Get back on track. Make the plan. Surround yourself with people that has like things that you're trying to accomplish to build your best life, and then carry on to succeed that. You can get there, but it's a process and it's not overnight. So allow yourself some patience to get to where you're trying to go, and you'll get there.
Awesome. Excellent. Oh, I like these birds of a feather. This has been an awesome conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, so much for all the comments. We got a lot of information out of this one.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
That's what it's all about. If we all work together and reach out, we can make a difference with this generation that's coming up, because, we want our young men to rise to the occasion. They're not just the future, they are the now. So we need where they need to be at 100 so that they can take care of themselves, get a family, be great husbands and fathers.
Yes.
They have it in them. So we just got to help them where they need to be.
They do. We do. We just got to help them. We got to help them see what we see, because sometimes they don't see what we see. That's it. And we just got to help them sometimes see what we see. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank y'all so much. And make sure that you tune in Thursday. My topic is going to be the one.
All right, now the one. You better come find out what that is all about. The one.
Yes. So you got to check it out, see what it's all about.
Okay.
It's 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And please visit my website, www.buildyourbestlife.org. I have a blog that comes out each Monday, so you have to check it out.
Okay.
As well, you can see my calendar of events. We have events, 4 major events each year. The first one begins May 8th, and I cannot wait. So go out there, check them out so you can put them on your calendars. Save the dates.
All right now.
And also look at the services that I offer, which is speaking, webinar speaking. So if you know someone that's looking for someone to come out and talk to youth, I'm open for it.
Yes,
we got to do to get this done.
Yes.
Yes, and so I do coaching and consultation as well. And you can get your autographed copy of my book, Build Your Best Life. And it's about basic principles, your life, your action, your credibility, and overcoming those obstacles and building your best life. You can get your autographed copy by going on my website. I have books in stock, so you will get them right away. If you like Kindle version, better, Amazon.com. So please follow, go on my website, and you can, there's a link there on the homepage for my Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube accounts. And so you can see the posts that I put out weekly. So I'm always trying to encourage our young men, mothers with sons. We have a lot of single moms trying to raise sons on their own, need encouragement and prayer. So please reach out and share this word and what we're trying to do here at Build Your Best Life. I appreciate and love you all. You're such a blessing.
Yes.
All right. And your sis, well, I said your sis. What is sis? Awesome job, sis.
To God be the glory. Thank you, sis. Love you.
Yes. So thank you all. And I hope to see some of you on
Thursday.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And I really, really do appreciate you so much.
I love you. I appreciate being here. Again, thank you for allowing me to grace your platform. And I hope I said something to encourage somebody, to lift someone up. The power of life and death is in our mouth. So watch the words that we say. We control us. So that's all we can do. So let others be. Like I say, go do you. We control. This is all we can control. Let them do them. Just keep control over this. And you'll cause yourself less gray hairs.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah. So everyone, as you go along your busy day, you may encounter a young man who has lost his way. Don't shake your head. Don't steady your pace. Stop. Reach out and give that young man a helping hand.
Yes.
Remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan, it's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.